Hello, and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn, from Crafting with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique or custom gifts for you or that special someone. If you're hearing that sound in the background, the cricket is running, so let me tell you what we're working on this week. Hello, everybody. It's been a hot minute. Hope everybody had an awesome Easter. I did not film at all last week, and I'm okay with that. I didn't really have much, and this week is the week of it's like Wednesday. I didn't even film on Monday or Tuesday. Um, Cricket just finished cutting stickers. I'm trying to get a few things done before I log in here this morning. This is actually the week of the 5th, so right after Easter. Hopefully everybody had an awesome Easter. And I have a crap ton of stuff to do this week and next week and leading up to the next few shows. So I'm looking at this list and it's just getting longer and longer. So I cut out a new decal. If you saw my last video, which was a few weeks ago, let me back it up. In case you're new, I updated to a Shopify URL. So I don't have my big cartel anymore. And to do that, I needed to update everywhere that I have my QR code leading to my big cartel website. So I have my vinyl banners for my booth have my big cartel. So I cut out new ones. I have a white block to go over it, and then my actual QR code. So I weeded this last night. I was in vinyl decal mode. I was replenishing some Nose Art decals also. So I have 3 breeds that I sold out of at my last event. So I have those all ready to go. I have the little Shih Tzu and German Shepherd, and I forget what the other one is, Weimaraner, I think, something like that. Found out yesterday that there's a little bin in the back of your printers that could get filled up with ink. And apparently mine was filled, so it would not let me print anything on my sublimation printer. So we had to order new. We ordered new, but watched a tutorial of a woman who just washed hers out and put it back in, but it takes a full day for it to dry. And we just ordered a new one because I was like, I'm not even 100% sure that putting this back in there is going to work. So I'd rather get ones that work and have that other one as if I needed to shove it back in there, then I can. But that was rinsing out ink after ink. It must have been at least 15 to 20 minutes of filling it up, rinsing it, squeezing out the ink, filling it, rinsing out like it was just coated with ink. And there are these 3 little sponges in a little plastic container that's in the back of the Epson. And I don't recommend it. It was not fun. So yeah, hopefully we get that today, and then I can get my printer back online, because I actually have a lot of sublimation that I wanted to get done yesterday. So I just shifted gears and worked on something else. But I have keychains to make, coasters to make, stickers to make. I want to get my retail space up and going. I gave myself the after Easter, and it is now time to get this up and going. So yeah, I got to fix my banner. I got to do the retail space, which is collecting some items. I made a list of the most popular dog breeds, so I'm going to make those into stickers, keychains, and car coasters for her. I also need to make the shadow box, which I have made. I just need to put it together. And then I need to make the signage and get everything listed in Shopify for the QR code so that it can be purchased at the location and not have her have to worry about it, or me being there. Like, it can just kind of run its own. So I have those all laid out here, how many I'm going to bring of each. I also have to do a table layout for my Bigfoot event, which is a outdoor May 2nd, 10 by 10. So I need to figure out, do I want to just do one table? Since it's a Friday night evening, it's not a long event. Or do I want to lug two tables, space everything out, kind of do, so I gotta look and see what we're gonna bring, what we're gonna put out, and do that. I have also applied to a festival, which I'm very nervous. I was accepted. It was juried. I got accepted, and I am more than a little nervous because this will be the most that I've spent as a small business for an event. It is September 19th. It will be from noon until 9 p.m., which will be also the longest show we've ever done. I've been approved, and I have until the 21st, which is going to fast approach here in April, to pay. And then I relinquish my spot. So I want to kind of sit on it for a little bit and kind of make sure this is what I want to do. So the fee is what the fee and the hours. Like if I don't make that, if I don't make a profit coming out of that, it is going to hit pretty hard. So I want to make sure that it's something that I can make it profitable. However, with that said, this is a very big event in our area. It is all day long, and it is one of those events that bring in thousands and thousands of people. So that too also has me nervous that, will I have enough stuff? How do I prepare for something like that? So all that's weighing on my mind, and I got to think about it before I actually commit. So I also wanted so I have my Memorial Day dogs shirts up, but I want to make cat ones. I have them done. I just need to get them listed. So the cats need to also go up. So this way, then they are dual purpose. They are for Memorial Day and for 4th of July, but also just America, patriotic, and I wanted to get those up sooner than later, since we are celebrating our 250th this year. So I wanted to make sure that I got something up there. I also want to, I started working on something else, and I might show you later where I'm at with it, but I am making some cartoon versions of my cryptids that are a little more cutesy is the word I'm going to look at, but I will kind of show you or talk to you a little bit more about that later. So my morning is done, so I got to log in. I'm going to grab this stuff off the Cricut, and then we are going to have a busy week this week. So if it's not today, it'll definitely be tomorrow. We're going to be plugging away at hopefully getting my sublimation printer back up and running so that we can kind of get this going. So I will catch you then. Okay, so new banner. So this is my big, I think it's 6 foot, I think. Yeah, 6 foot banner. So what I did is I have my QR code from my old website on here, and I cut the new one out in vinyl. And I also have a block here that is about 8 inches, which is going to have this put on top of, and then this is going to cover my QR code so that I'm going to have a nice white square to put my new QR code on. And we're going to apply that onto here. And then I have it from my shows. And I can not have it people going to the cartel site anymore. Everything will go to my regular.com. So I think what I'm going to do first to make this easier on myself is to apply this to this first and then apply the whole thing like a big sticker onto here so that I'm not trying to eyeball it and get it straight. This one I was able to make it perfect, so it is an 8x8 square cut, and I'm going to work on getting these put together. All right, we are all set. And now we're ready to apply this to the banner. So what I'm going to do is peel the back off of this first and then place this on just like a sticker. So what I'm going to get is my scissors and cut this little bit off just so I have a little strip like that. So I have a bit exposed, but then I can use this to line it up how I want it first to make sure that it's going to cover everything up before I lay it down. And then that'll give me the opportunity to make it straight. I think that looks great. So I'm going to do this first. And I have this little table here because I spilled the drink all under my table yesterday, so it's kind of letting it dry out. And of course it wasn't water, it was Pepsi. So now I'm going to have ants. But it came in pretty handy. I'm trying to add this on here today. All right, so that is all taken care of. I can take my tape off here. And now all I have left to do is to take the transfer tape off. So this I can do very slowly because I don't want to rip off any of these little details. But this worked out beautifully on my other banners. So I can't imagine this taking it any differently. And this way, I just saved myself from having to redo an entire new banner. I have now, with my new code, already on there, I don't have to worry about it. So now this one is all ready for when we go to our Bigfoot show. And I have my little ones that I'm going to try to fashion something to hang that on the outside, I think, of the tent instead of using it on the grid walls. So I'll have to look into that. But those will be easy because I can back them against each other and that can hang outside the tent. And we can give that a go. I also ordered new business cards, which they finally came, and I got the new QR code put in on those. And then the only thing that I have left is my car. So I have my QR code on my back of my car so that if somebody's in traffic or in the parking lot, I have my name and my socials on there, but I also have a link to my website, which is on the back, is a QR code. So I'm going to have to change that one from my Big Cartel one QR code to my .com. And then we are all set with QR codes and changing everything branding wise to the new website. I took care of that all on my social medias and everywhere that it's mentioned. The only other place that I have it is on some of my products, but as they sell, they'll go away and then I won't have to worry about it. But I have my new, any new labels I make with my Munden will have just the regular.com. So that will be all set. Still waiting on the part from Amazon. so I can't do any sublimation, which is what I really would like to do. But I do have my decals made, so I finished weeding those last night, so I can at least assemble those packagings and get that ready for upcoming events. But I can't print out any new. I can make more stickers, which maybe I'll do that. I'll get some sheets of stickers going while I'm putting the transfer tape on my decals. Um, and then I do need to make a little card to put in for my stickers for the retail space. I want to have them individually packaged. So I want to make like a little 4x4 card to go in my little bags, and then those will be ready. So maybe maybe I'll spend my lunch doing that, making a little branded card to go in there for the stickers, and then cut out some dog stickers and maybe some, some of the inspirational saying ones, maybe my Sasquatch and a couple others, and do like a little bin that's just stickers that they can leaf through. So I have my stickers, my keychains, and my car coasters are what I think I'm going to put in the retail space to start with, but I can swap them out whenever. So I'm going to work on that next, I think. It is so shiny out today. I love it. I love it. I will take getting blinded over the dreary couple days that we've had here in Pittsburgh. So I think we've got these decals up and going. I like to, and if you're new, when I do my decals, I pre-peel them to make sure that they will come cleanly and peel easy for the customer. So what I do is I go through, I clean these up, make sure that they're square. I don't like really odd, like I like making sure that everything is kind of cut nice for the customer. It also makes it easier to peel for them. So I make sure that all the edges are cleaned up and it's a nice square. And this way I don't have all these extra edges, and makes for a nicer presentation. And then hopefully I will be able to do some sublimating either tonight, if it's coming today like it's supposed to be, or I end up going to have to do sublimation tomorrow. Either way, I'd like to have my space set up next week if possible. So, I mean, I still got to do stickers too, so I can actually work on that next, I think. And then I have my list of dog breeds that I want to offer. And I went through a whole bunch of my all of my shows, all of my sales that I had in Square, and I pulled the most popular dog breeds over those past years. So what I currently have as my most popular dogs for mainly for my products, like all of the ones that I have. I offer different dogs. The most common one is Black Lab, Corgi, Irish Setter, Dachshunds, but I don't have it down to long or short. It just I don't know. I'll have to figure out which one I choose. Yorkie, Golden Retriever, and a Bernese Mountain Dog. So those were the ones that I had um, the most over the past 2 years. So I did not do any in 2023 of dogs. That was a 2024 thing. This is when I started doing it, and then 25 I expanded to different breeds. So these ones were the ones that showed up the most for everything. I tend to sell um, at least a dachshund at every event, whether people had them or not. They buy it, and I think this one I didn't cut this one. I think that I might do the short hair only because I think that's the one that I always seem to see people buy the most of. So that's, I think, where we're going to go with that. These ones are all prepped and ready to go. I'm going to work on peeling these, and then I have my packaging ready to go. I just need to print off the SKU number and dog name on there. And that's what I already have these. So the backs are already printed, and then I have the front with the decal on there, and then I run it through again, and it prints just the name and the SKU number on there. So then these are ready to go. I can have those sent to the printer as well. And then we can start making some stickers. Okay, so these are all set. I made 2 of each because I figured if I'm weeding one, I might as well weed 2, and that way that I got a backup ready to go. The nice thing is once you pre-peel them like this, they make it much easier for the client to go through and pull those off, and then they don't have to deal with things being left behind when they're pulling it. So I have my German Shepherd, I have my Weimaraner, and I have my Shih Tzu. So I have 2 of each. One will go in the overflow, and then the other one will go in the bin with the other dogs so that I can replenish it while we're at the show. So those are ready to go, and now it is time to start getting some stickers together. In my Cricut design space, I have under my new projects, so if you go into my stuff, I actually have each of the dog breeds for the hippie dogs separate. So I have by numbers, by SKU number, so I know when they sell. If I need H16, I know that that's the golden doodle, and then I can add that to my actual Cricut mat, and it already has the sticker offset and everything, so I don't have to worry about it. I can go in here and I can actually search for, say, I need, so let's go to our list here. So I need a black lab. Instead of going through and trying to find a black lab, I can actually just go in and type in black So I actually have a black cat. I have a black and white, a golden doodle. I have cats, but I actually have my black lab. Not sure why I have it in here twice, but here I have it twice. So I'm going to hit customize, and then I'm able to copy and make a new window. So you can have as many Cricut windows open as you need. Just make sure you have the right one when you're cutting selected. But so I have my canvas and I can just paste my hippie dog in there and he's all ready to go. And then I can go back to my stuff and then I can search for a corgi, and I have my nose decal and my corgi. And I don't have a black lab because obviously a vinyl decal is white. So it's just the dog breed, not the color variation. So then I'm going to replace this one. I'm going to copy him, and then I can put him onto my mat, and I can keep going, adding, the different dogs to here. So that's what I'm going to go through and get all of my list here. So I've got my Irish setter, customize, copy, paste, and then go back to my stuff. We're going to go with the Yorkie. And this should give me a full sheet of stickers. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure which not Dalmatian, which dachshund I'm going to use. I think it's the short hair that's the most popular. So I can make sure I grab that. And then my golden. And I have two of that one too. I don't know what happened there. So there's my golden. And last but not least is my dachshunds. So I have the short, which I believe the short is the one that sells the most. So I'm going to grab the short. And then we're going to try to see if we can fit these all. If I can't fit them all onto one sticker sheet to cut, what I think I'll do is probably add the long hair in there as well and make it worth my while. Even if I don't sell it at the space, I will definitely sell it in the at events. So my next thing I do is, until I find another way to do it, is I make the box for the print and cut, which is 6.75 by 9.25. Send that to the back, and then I add them to the board here. And I think it's going to be a tight fit, but I usually get six up, depending on the dog. Whoops. And I already have these set to the size that they are, so that one is, it's either 3 inches wide or 3 inches tall. And they can be a little bigger depending on the size of the dog. I have these little cello bags that are, I think these are 4x4. So then that gives me a little breathing room. Actually, here's one that I actually tested out. So this one here is in there, and then I have the back is empty. I might put, I don't know what I'm going to put on the back, but somewhere on here I need to put a price. So I got to work on that. But my little cards I can use what I have for scraps since they're not used for anything else. And since these are 4x4, that should work. And this fits most of the stickers. So that's a 3x3, whoops, I think, or maybe just a smidge bigger. But all of the dogs would fit in there, and then it would have my logo in there. But that's what I think I'm going to work on doing, is putting some of those in there. And then since it's going to be in a little crate, people can kind of leaf through them and look at the different stickers. I don't want to put like a ton of them in there, but I do want to have a little bit of a variety so that you can kind of go through. So I might have some inspirational ones, dog ones, and then I might throw in a Bigfoot or two. We'll see how it goes. Morning, everybody, and welcome to Thursday. So Thursday, I thought yesterday was Thursday. So I'm a little disappointed. Today's not Friday, but it is Thursday. I do have a good bit of stuff to show you that I completed yesterday. So I'm working on putting the items for the retail space, and we got the Cricut going. I did get the new bin. It's the waste bin for the back of the Epson was full, and there's a little where all the waste ink goes into. There's like 3 sponges that are in there, and those were like completely black and filled, and Amazon delivered it on time. We got it replaced. There was some snafu with the reset, but my husband was able to get that taken care of for me. But nonetheless, it is set that it sees it and it printed. So I've got my car coasters completed for this retail space. I also use my Mun Bin to make little price stickers for them. So I've got all the popular dog breeds that I came up with on my list that sell well in this area. So I have these ready to go. I'm going to use these little crates in that space. For those of you that are new, the space that I have is a cubby of a kind of like an IKEA cubby unit. So I have one little cubby that I'm going to put a shadow box in the back and then have these tiered differently. So I'm going to have one for stickers. I'm going to have these in one. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them this way so then I can put keychains in the front. So people can kind of look through and see that, you know, obviously the car coasters will be taller and then the keychains would be sitting in the front. And then that leaves me with another crate to put the stickers in, which I still need to work out, but they would be something like this. So I got to work on the backer cards. And then I made stickers for the price tags for that. And then the other thing that I have to do is I'm on the fence whether I want to put some hand towels in there, because I know that the owner liked the hand towels that I had and said that she would love to have some of the music themed ones in there. So I'm thinking, like, if that works, I might have enough space to maybe do 1 or 2 towels and stick them in there, just as kind of like a tease to go to the website. So I have that to do. I'm also in a good shape on replenishing my sold stock from my last show. So I have my car coaster that I needed to replenish. I've got a stack of stickers I need to put my name on the back, and the SKU numbers for checkout. I have what we worked on yesterday. I didn't get to print off my decal SKU numbers, so I got to take care of doing that. And then I do have keychains to put together. I had sold out of my pug and my golden and my Boston Terrier. So I have those replenished. I just need to assemble them and then print the backer cards for that. And then I can actually cross off my replenish sold stock once I get those little details done. And then you saw yesterday, I got the QR code done on my big banner for my booth. And I think I'm actually making really good progress for having a day of hitting it really hard. So I think today I'm going to focus on trying to get these Memorial Day cats up on the shop just so that they're done and I can cross that off my list, and then start working on the signage for inside the booth. I have about 20 minutes before I need to log in this morning for work, and then I think my lunch break will probably be finalizing these little things that I need to. It's things that I can't just like do real quick. Like if I'm going to go upstairs and print, I want to be able to print the backer cards for that, the backer cards for these, and get them all done at the same time, and then I can assemble everything else. So I do need to work. I think the signage is coming along. I kind of want to make it really simple. I have a little placard that I'm going to put in there as well, so that if I put one of these like this doubled, it'll sit in front and not block any product. And then what I'll do is put that little sign there that has the QR code to the collection, and then just doing it as like a 1, 2, 3, easy as 1, 2, 3 kind of step. So, step 1, scan the QR code. It'll take you to the site. Step 2, what items you chose, look for them in the cart and add them, or look for them on the site and add them to your cart, and then check out like normal. So I just need to make it sound nicer and pretty it up, and then the card is ready to go. I worked a little bit on that before bed last night, which I don't typically do. I like to draw at night, but I try not to do too much work right before bed. So I'm paying for it today because I'm a little tired and I don't want to work today. I'd rather work on this stuff, but it is what it is. So I'm going to get started on doing that. And I can give you a sneak peek here of what I've been working on for the cryptid collection. I do have my next cryptid ready to launch. I do need to work on the shadow box for it, but everything else for it is ready to go. That one, there's a festival for it in September. So that should give you an idea of who it might be. But I thought, like these are very minimalistic looking, and I wanted to do a new set of stickers that could translate into a t-shirt design or a mug, or it could be applied to several things. But I wanted to work on these, and I think the first one turned out really cute. So then I started working on the other 4 that I had, and then added in the ones that will be the next wave. And I got giddy with excitement. So let me give you a sneak peek of one of them. All right. So I went through and I did a test print on these and made stickers for them. So I just got them done. They've just finished cutting. I don't want to show you all of them because some of them are new and they're not launching yet in the collection. So I'm only going to release the ones that I've already done. So the main 4 that I've done, which were Alien, Werewolf, Bigfoot, and Nessie. So here is the Alien. So we have our emotional support cryptid. You've got this. So I have each of the characters in their little environment, and then I did a little heart to help. So I thought these made really cute little stickers, and I wanted to try doing the rest of these. So I am like super geeked on how cute these turned out. I'm going to keep plugging away at this other stuff, even though I really want to keep working on these. But I'm adding more stuff to my thing for my collection, and I'm like super excited about the cryptid collection, even though I haven't really sold anything. I feel really strongly that it'll get out to the masses. The other thing that I had done was I did some advertising, actually paid for advertising, and I'm hoping that something comes of it. I am getting a lot more hits to my site than I normally would have with regular traction with like social media and stuff like that. So I'm still waiting on the results from that. Haven't gotten any orders. It's been live since Monday, but my husband worked on the banners for me and got those out on. So they're pretty much. I forget how many impressions it ended up being. I want to say it was. I forget. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, um, yeah. So that's live, and we'll see if that gets me any additional traction. But I'm hoping to add more stuff to the collection in case people didn't really like the minimalistic stuff. I know there is a look for cryptids. There's a lot of people out there with Bigfoot and UFO and things like that. So I'm hoping that he gets to those people. Um, it might be a little far-fetched from the stuff that I have already on my website, but I'm still going to push forward with it. Everybody's got different tastes, and I I realize that, you know, everybody says to do the niche thing, but I illustrate where it takes me. So I think of something and I want to do it, I do it, and I share it with everybody. So then, you know, if you like it, take it. If you don't, you can leave it. But I'm trying my best. But I do really think that these are really cute, and I think they might make really cute shirts. I think that that would look really cool on a mug. I don't know that I would do the black mugs again, um, only because I I don't know. I think they look really cute. They weren't what I expected, so that kind of threw me for a loop a little. But all right, so yeah, I'm down to my 15 minutes here, so I'm going to get working. So here's the sign. I think it turned out really cute. Um, I have it so that you scan the QR code, and then you have, you know, to check out the items, and then I think the 1, 2, 3 would be very easy to follow. So my hopes are to have, so this little guy will be stacked up like this, or even maybe even the correct way, but I'm going to use it more like a riser, like so. And then this will sit in front like that. And then I can put this one, like I said, I'd probably put some keychains in the front, and then I'd have the shadow box in the back. But I think that'll fit a nice little square. And then I can also leave a stack of business cards there. And I think we're all set. So it is Friday. It is the end of my work week, and thankfully, I'm glad about that. I cannot take another day at work. Um, I did get all of the Memorial Day cats up last night and did a reel, so that was posted. I also um, finished off all of the prints that I needed to for the replenished stock, so that stuff's all done, ready to be entered into Square, which is probably what I'm going to do this morning. And then I need to finish up the retail space because I want that to go tomorrow. I want that to go in next week. So I'm going to try to make arrangements to stop in and do that. So I was able to figure out the best way to do this, and I have it set up so that when that QR code is scanned, it only takes you to the items that are there. So you can only shop that collection and get the free shipping, because otherwise it will charge you shipping if you go through the website the original way. So I have prices clearly marked. I have, my stack of stickers here. These are all with stickers on it with the price. I'm going to probably add a few more stickers in here just so that the bin doesn't look empty. And those are easy to make. And I have empty packs ready, so I'll probably throw in a few cats, probably like a black cat and some of the tabbies and a tuxedo, I think, are the most popular that I have at events. So I'm going to take care of that. And then I have sticker paper coming today. I'm kind of low. I have only a few sheets left, so I needed to order more anyway. And then we are well on our way. So I'm excited that I only did like really 3 days of work this week, but made a huge dent in my list. So the only things that I have for next week, I want to obviously finalize the retail space. I want to do a layout for my Bigfoot event to make sure that, what I'm bringing, how it's going to look. And then it will be the week of taxes. So I need to get uh, my local tax for 2026 out the door, because the first quarter is due and I just paid a year because I don't want to deal with it. So I have that to take care of. And then, yeah, it'll be working on some new things and getting things ready. So I have at least today I can actually just kind of breathe at lunchtime. So I don't think I'm going to do much building or doing of anything. So I will catch you next week. I thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or give me a subscribe if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. And I know my channel can use some subscribers for sure. So I hope to catch you next week where we can iron out some more things for upcoming shows. We'll be hitting ground running this year. We've got quite a few lined up. So and ones I've never done before. So we'll see how this goes. So have a great weekend, everybody, and see you next week. Bye.